Welcome to this mini podcast series that is a preview for Brisbane Designscape Reconnect 23, a live event being held in Brisbane on the 4th of November 2023, hosted by Officescape. The theme for the day is Reconnect. My name is Paul Fairweather and I am the curator and MC for the day. And in this series of short interviews, I chat with the speakers and presenters about their ideas, insights, stories and observations about reconnection in their life, business, passion or career. My guest today on the Brisbane Designscape mini podcast is Rachel Barnard. Rachel, welcome to the mini podcast.
Thanks, Paul. It's great to be here.
Rachel, I've known you for many years, but I knew you as an architect in Brisbane. But for the last 12 or so years, you've been doing something totally different in New York. So, which I believe you're going to come and talk to us about at Brisbane Designscape.
Yes, I'm excited. I, about 12 years ago, founded an organisation called Young New Yorkers, and using art and design modalities, we work to keep young people out of jail. So instead of being sentenced to jail, they're sentenced to our program.
I love that. They get to be sentenced. I have some clients that I think would probably rather go to jail than do art. But anyway.
Not in America, but yes.
Okay, yes, you're probably right. So listen, it's great to be able to hear you present this. You went to New York how long ago? 16 years ago?
I think 17 years ago.
Wow, it seemed like yesterday.
Yeah.
And you went as an architect and you had an internship and a scholarship and you ended up doing your master's?
Yes. And at the end of my master's, I was fortunate enough to win a fellowship called the Goodman Fellowship for a project of social significance. So my architectural project was called Young New Yorkers, and it was a proposal for a public art project that would be a platform for 16 and 17-year-olds being prosecuted as adults in New York State to speak back to the system, given that they didn't vote and they couldn't really affect legislative change in the traditional way. But, I was snuck into a courtroom and I pitched it to a judge as an actual sentencing option. And I said I had funding from Columbia University, not to mention that it was the architecture school, and he said yes on the spot.
I love it.
Got started, yeah.
I love it, and that went on, and that still exists. Although you don't run it anymore.
No, I stepped down after 10 years, but it was an incredible 10 years. Yeah, I felt.
Yeah, what an amazing journey. And when we've talked before, I asked you what your motivation was. You gave me an answer which really surprised me, and I think I love it as much as anything else about this story. Can you share that?
Yes, I can. I mean, there were many, many motivations, but one of the more normal human ones was I was a huge fan of an artist called Wadichko, who used public art as a way of creating dialogues and centering voices of people that normally didn't get heard by the powerful structures around us. And so really I was motivated by wanting to be like him and become a famous artist, basically. But that didn't happen. I ended up dedicating a decade to running an alternative to incarceration program, which was, a very worthy use of that decade. But yeah.
That gives me tingles hearing that, because I have interviewed for the podcast and that didn't come out. So that is amazing. I love that honesty and that vulnerability. I really had this great idea, to become famous, but I ended up doing good instead.
I mean, I've always been very moved by social justice issues and really moved by being with diverse groups of people tackling a hard problem. But yeah, the idea as it formated in my head was, let's become a famous artist and travel the world. And I know I couldn't do that now. It's just, it wasn't my destiny.
Fantastic. Listen, the theme of the day is reconnect, and we're going to be reconnecting because you're coming back to Brisbane to speak. And obviously, you've connected and reconnected a whole lot of different things, and I think that, when you tell your story, it really is about reconnecting the judges and the prosecutors about really what it's all really about. So I'm really looking forward to you presenting on the 4th of November. Thank you, Rachel, for your time today, and thank you for making the effort to come back to Australia to present to Brisbane Designscape Reconnect 23.
I'm really genuinely looking forward to it. Thank you so much.
And tickets are now on sale, selling fast, so please get in. They are limited. You can click on the link below. Trust to see you there so you can catch the amazing Rachel Barnard all the way from New York. I trust you enjoyed this short snippet preview for Brisbane Designscape Reconnect 23, live event being held on the 4th of November at 108 Wickham Street, Fortitude Valley. Tickets are now on sale, and you can just click on the link below in the show notes. Hope to see you there. Thanks for tuning in.